Greetings and welcome to your Oracle message for the day. I am Kat Morgan and I welcome you to this video, to this channel, and to this space. This is a collective reading and it is timeless, so whenever and however you come across this video, it's the right time for you to be getting this message. And I'm really excited to go through this reading today. I have to tell you guys, when I first pulled this card, I did a little Snoopy dance. I was jumping up and down. I'm like, yay, yes, 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 it's about time. I love this card. I love the energy of this card. So what we've been doing is pulling one card randomly every morning from our mega deck. You can look down in the description below if you're new here to the channel and you're not familiar with how that was put together and all of that good stuff. But today's card is pulled from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck by Nicola McIntosh. And it's card number 72 out of 72 cards in this deck. It is not the last card from the Crystal Grid Oracle deck that's in the Mega Deck. It's just the last card from the actual deck itself. So that can be a little confusing. This is not the last reading on this, but I'll tell you what, I could stop all daily readings with this reading here, and you guys could just replay this one over and over and over and over again and get even more new insights and even more new revelations about yourself with this reading. So this is going to be a very powerful reading. It's not going to be short. I don't even know how long it's going to be at this point. You do, because I've already recorded it and uploaded it by the time you've got it. So in any event, with all that preamble, let's talk a little bit about you. We've been having in this deck, we go through various stones. Some of them are more crystal-like than others, but they all have crystalline matrices and formations in their structures in themselves. And what we've done with these cards, what we've done with all cards, is just take the energy that's being transmitted directly to us from the image on the card itself, from any elements that are included in it, like numbers, for example, on this one, the grid, obviously, with this one as well. And it represents intuition, and it is you, baby. It is you. I am so excited. So I'm going to try to tamp down the energy just a little bit so I don't blow everybody out of the water here. Let's talk about how we are crystalline. We have a tendency to kind of, as soon as we hear a term, at least for me, I stop saying we. Me, I do this. And I don't know if you do this as well. But when I think of crystalline and the human body, I'm immediately thinking about things like the pineal gland being crystallized with calcium deposits and not functioning well. But that's not what we're talking about here. We are talking about you, your human vessel, that your consciousness, your eternal consciousness, is currently running around in right now. Your human body is a crystalline structure. So let's talk about that. It isn't crystalline in the traditional sense, but certain molecules within our bodies, like those found in bones, teeth, muscle fibers, and connective tissue, exhibit a crystalline structure at the microscopic level, meaning their atoms are arranged in highly ordered patterns, similar to how crystals form in nature. This is particularly evident in collagen molecules, which form a crystalline lattice within connective tissues. So if you're wondering how everything keeps all together with the human body and stuff, this is going to give you some insight on that, okay? Now, the crystalline structure in humans is only visible at a microscopic level, and it's not really readily apparent to the naked eye. We know a lot of things we can't see them, but it doesn't mean that they're not there. Specific tissues, crystalline arrangements are primarily found in hard tissues like bones and teeth, as well as in certain proteins within muscles and connective tissues. And these crystalline structures play important roles in the body, providing strength and stability to tissues. Now, the eye lens contains proteins called crystallins, which are essential for clear vision and also exhibit a crystalline structure. I am just going to read that one over again. The eye lens. So your physical eyes that you see out of, not the third eye, your physical eyes, they contain proteins called crystallins. And those crystalline proteins are essential for clear vision. And they also exhibit a crystalline structure. While some parts of the body have crystalline properties, the majority of our body's molecules are not arranged in a crystalline pattern. So this is not like your whole entire body, but everything that's holding it together. You are your own walking matrix. So I would like to see the term matrix stop having such negative connotations, because we are all walking human matrices, and we are all interacting with the quantum field, which is another crystalline structure. Basically, it's all of the other eventualities that haven't happened yet, all in a holding pattern, waiting for us to make a choice, make a decision, whatever it is. Do I get up now? Do I get up in 10 seconds? Do I get up in 10 minutes? Those are just as important of decisions as, do I buy this car? Do I say yes to this date or this job? Do I say no? Those are important, obviously, but just your everyday normal things. If you've been on this channel more than twice, you've probably heard this a million times. There is nothing inconsequential you do. You are a walking matrix, and you are interacting with the quantum field constantly. So you are constantly creating your reality. You are constantly manifesting whatever it is that you're experiencing. And it's not on an instantaneous basis a lot of times, but I will tell you this. If you stay consistent on your whatever it is, your path, your goal, your plan, to be your most authentic self, live your most authentic life in whatever form and fashion that means for you. You know what's right for you. It's like I said, it comes from every decision that you make. You're constantly making those evaluations instantaneously, and that's all part of that crystalline structure that encompasses you, that is you, that embodies you. Your body is a crystalline structure. I'm still blown away with the eye lens thing, okay? We don't need to go through a whole lot of complicated convolutions to get ourselves into a place where we can listen to our intuition. Let's talk a little bit about intuition, okay? Kind of get out of the crystal thing. Normally we think of intuition as being third eye chakra, crown chakra, that 6 and 7 chakras. But we now know, as this crystalline structure that we also know scientifically, medically, they've conducted studies that have determined that the physical body will react, not can, but does, always react, up to 10 seconds ahead of the event actually occurring. So if you accidentally slam your hand in a drawer or something. Let's talk about something that would be painful for a moment but not cause a lot of injury, okay? But that kind of thing, there's a part of your body that's experienced that already in the future, and will give you kind of if you're paying attention, a moment of pause as you're closing the drawer that will tell you to move your hand. If you're feeling your body, if you're paying attention to how you're physically responding to whatever it is you're doing. And I have found that even things like, I think I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I had knocked over a water pitcher and it was all over the floor. That was me not paying attention, right? And I said that there. But that becomes a good example of, there was a moment as I started to turn that I felt that I should stop. And I just didn't. I ignored it. That's your intuition, and that's the intuition that's coming from your physical body. It's responding to the future events. They conducted studies and found that, before major traumatic events, an entire population will have a moment of heart change in the rhythm. There were people that were either on monitors in hospitals or in various studies, and they went back and looked at those records and found that people had reacted before, like 9/11, say. So your body is always responding to the quantum field if you pay attention to how you feel about that field interaction. So you'll know when it's the right time for you to get up to get food. If you're paying attention to your body, it tells you you're hungry. If you pay even closer attention to your body, it'll tell you what you need to be eating at that time, or maybe drinking. And sometimes you need to ask yourself those questions to kind of fine tune. It's like a radio dial where you just tweak the knob just a tiniest bit just to get it even more clear, even more amazing, even more wonderful, okay, with that connection. And the more that you do it, it's just like any other skill. This is not a talent. It's not something some people have and some people don't. Everybody's got it. You've got it. You've got intuition, and it's sourced from you. So you don't have to ask the universe, help me have more intuition. You've got 100% intuition right now. All you need to do is tune into it. And that I can't think of any other way to say it. I think you guys understand what I'm saying. Let's take a look in the book and see what the reading was for us for today for intuition. There'll be a little exercise at the back end of this, and I haven't looked at this yet. You and I will go through it together for the first time right now. I will tell you that the actual color on this card, I can't seem to get the colors when I take the pictures, or at least what it looks like to me on the monitor. It's showing up way more purpley than it is on the card. On the card, it's more of a maroon kind of brown kind of color. And of course, we know with the number 72, we're looking at a number 9, which is the most perfect of the Tesla perfected 369 number. System series, yeah, we'll go with that. So let's take a look in the book. The other stone that is here on the grid besides you is quartz. And quartz is a very readily available stone to get a hold of. It's all over the yards, in people's yards and stuff. Just grab a piece as you're walking along and tell it thank you for all of the wisdom. You have to remember how many thousands, hundreds of thousands, millennia, millions of years that piece of stone, that piece of crystal has locked in its crystalline structure, memory from the planet. And you can tune right into that as well. And our keywords for the day: intuition, strength, and influence. This is going to be interesting. Quartz, the most abundant mineral on Earth, is known as the master healer, and for good reason. It amplifies everything it comes into contact with. So just having it in your presence is enough to raise your vibration. This card has a basic grid that needs something added to it in order to complete it. It is indicating that it may be time to ask yourself what you need. What is your intuition telling you? How can you look inside instead of looking externally for your answers? Didn't I just say that? I said that. It's time to take matters into your own hands and make an intuitive decision. We use our brain and our logic to make decisions, so when we hit a dead end, it's time to turn to our intuition. Sometimes the answers will not be black and white, but will be many shades of gray. You could go around for days or months trying to figure something out, but when it comes down to it, you just have to go with your gut. It is never wrong. You might have a strong feeling about someone or something, but you're not confident that you're reading things right. Always trust your gut instincts, as they are there to warn you as well as to guide you. When you allow yourself to be guided by your intuition, you allow other possibilities to come to you that you may not have thought of. This guidance comes from a higher source, from your guides and your soul. This is the place you should always go when it is answers that you seek. Let you be your guide. Well, you know what the title of this video is going to be. Yeah, let you be your guide. And our exercise for the day, and I do encourage you to do this along with us when we're reading it, try to intuitively make your own grid. Just grab a piece of paper and a pen, pencil, whatever. You can place whatever you like on this card, or you can make one yourself. And since you don't have this card in your hand, obviously we're talking about the second option. Be drawn by the colors, the crystals, or plants that feel right to you. What do you think needs to go into your grid? Is there a theme? Do they relate to any specific chakra? How does it make you feel? Ooh, how does that make you feel? What are the words, smells, feelings, or thoughts that come to you? It's up to you to follow your intuition because it is always right. And how many times have we, after the fact, said, I knew better, I should have, I knew I should have, I knew I shouldn't have? How many times do those words start something that we say, either in our heads or, how somebody else maybe had said something and we're just like, I shouldn't have said that, That's what I'm talking about. We knew. You knew. There was something, there was a reason why you should have done or should not have done, should have said or should not have said, and that's all perfectly fine after the fact as well. It's not going to hurt you to know that now. Even though it feels too late for this situation, there's going to be times where it's going to come up again. That's part of our ascension process. We continue to go through cycles. And there's nothing, that is exactly what's supposed to happen. But don't think of it as just a circle. You just keep going over and over the same ground. You're not if you don't let yourself be. These are spirals. It's like a spiral staircase. And every time you come around to the same, vertical spot, you're in a different place horizontally because you've acquired new knowledge, new experiences from what you did previously, and you know better now. So you will stop before you turn completely and knock the water pitcher over. You will move forward and not hesitate when somebody says, I just need a hug right now. Those are the intuition. That's what we're talking about. When I think of gut, I think of guys up there, or the girls up there, the gals up there, whatever, the group up there. I use that as the acronym for gut. But your third chakra, your solar plexus, your belly, is, you feel things in your belly. You get sick to your stomach when you react badly to things. You feel excited in your stomach. You get butterflies in your stomach when something good is about to happen. These are very, very clear and obvious gut feelings that you can identify, but there are more subtle inferences and information that your gut also gives you. That the more that you tune into it, the stronger it's going to get and the more infallible you will be. Now it's kind of embarrassing for me because I'll be in a group of people and I met somebody new not too long ago and I said, well, no, and of course, here, I'll take your card. And he says, how did you know I was going to give you my card? It's just like, I'll go ahead and take it now. It was kind of funny and kind of embarrassing. So don't be shy, because people kind of respond to that. They're like, wow, this person is very, very intuitive. They are recognizing the energy going on around them. And I want to be a part of that. I want to be one of those people that is understanding what is happening around me, So don't be shy to explore how your intuition can guide you into amazing things that you've never even experienced before or considered experiencing before, simply because You followed your intuition. You listened to your gut. Your solar plexus and the heart chakra, third and fourth chakras, 3D, 4D realities, those types of things. That's what we're talking about here. Even though we've got that purple, that purple white, it's actually kind of maroon gold. So yes, that's our reading for the day, guys. I do hope that it resonated and blessed you. I love you so much. If you haven't heard that recently, you can't say that anymore because I just said it to you. I love you. You are amazing. You are what's needed at the center of this grid. You are what is needed at the center of our collective grid. Every single one of us has a place, a very important purpose in this collective matrix grid, and we are all individual little matrices, grids walking around. So kind of tune into that and explore. Just think, should I get up now? Should I wait? Should I, listen to this or watch this instead? Should I read a book? Ask yourself these kind of questions and wait to see what the answer is. Just stop and say, should I read that book now? Should I take that lesson now? Should I go for that walk now? Just ask yourself the question, and you'll feel yourself kind of lean into it or kind of lean back away from it. Follow those intuitive leanings, because that's how you hone and fine-tune your ability to trust your intuition in big things. So practice on the little things. It's like you don't go to the gym and expect to, do a 2-hour workout with 50-pound, weights and all of that kind of stuff on day one. You cannot. So don't expect that your intuition is going to be infallible on huge, major things. It needs to be strengthened, and you need to become more aware of those quiet little voices that tell you, no, take another, sit for a second and just relax before you jump up and dive into the next thing, Then sit back and relax. Take a breath. And then you'll feel yourself. You just have to get up. So follow your intuition on the little tiny things, and it will help guide you on the big things. So that is our reading again. I love you so much. Thank you so much for being here and joining us on our little adventure today. Have the most amazing, fantastic day. Namaste and ciao for now.